Hi, I'm Brainerd Carey, and today I'm going to talk about zines, art zines, and also I'm going to go through one particular art zine. And if anybody wants to send me a zine, I've made other videos about this. I think for artists of any medium to make zines is a great way to kind of get your work out there, communicate. It's another form altogether. So you've seen other things on here, and today I want to talk about a package I got in the mail recently. This is the package. It's from Frank J. Stockton. So Frank J. Stockton sent me a note inside that said, "Here, Brainerd, this is some of what I've made." And in the first package, there was four things, four little kind of booklets in this package. It's called Double Jointed Spiral, 84 pages, right? So it has these clips on it. These clips, of course, are what's holding it together. But they're also individually bound. So okay, these are four very thin. You see, they're zines, or what I would call a zine. But let's talk about what they are, because they were obviously done over the course of time, or that's how I read them, and they have kind of a message to them. So here it says in the front of this one. This is the first one, double jointed spiral, and this one is very visual, right? Right away the writing is kind of lists also, which feels visual, and even though you could read this as poems, they're not really structured like poems. Some of the images are hard to read, and then a list goes on that has to do with basically being an artist, right? They're words and musings about being an artist. But what caught me right away was the fact that it's written with a typewriter. You see how this all written with a typewriter. And recently I also got another typewriter. I'm really interested in them. There it is right there. It's a Royal typewriter. So I'm interested in artists using a typewriter, because it has a nice quality to it. So here's the second one in that. It's called It Is a Confession, but just visually, right? Kind of beautiful and minimal. And on the back, you see this is typewriter writing. And here's more about painting manifesto in a sense, talking about different types of artists. And one page even, it just has writing over writing. You see how it's completely visual? It's writing over writing, kind of really lovely. So this is like an artist making a zine and having fun with the typewriter itself, the type, and what you can do. And again, it goes into kind of other thoughts, but it basically feels like it's about an artist writing about being an artist, right? And what the work is intended to do, or if there is such a thing as intention. And then this third one is called Things I Thought About in Grad School. And this is the first one that is looks like it's not done with a typewriter. It's off a computer, right? The third one. First essay is called Time Travel, Statement Draft, An Idea for a Sculpture, Studio Thoughts, which is similar to kind of this talking about what image making is, and a little biography, and a little more information in the back. So then the last one is right here. Not the last one, second to last one, which has a completely visual cover. Now this one has, it starts off with that kind of text on text, some of it which is illegible, which is really cool, right? It's turning into just a completely visual phenomena. And then there's an interview in here with Lou Reed, an interview that's fairly well known, and it's transcribed here. And there's drawings, and again, this relates also to art, to showing art, to what is art, what is safe art, what is all this, what does all that mean? And it ends again, kind of with some upside down text, some text that just says, see, this is locker room talk, repeatedly, references to things we know. And here's the last one. This one is the most visual one. Really, really interesting, right? You flip through it. It's all typographic things, collage, some of known artists, and a very small bit of writing. And that's it, right? But the very small bit of writing is really kind of beautiful. It's about how, art itself, in 50 years, 100 years, it goes beyond whatever the artist intended or whatever the artist wanted, and so it has to stand on its own. It's almost like um, the kind of point where all these other small books led to, way of thinking about art, a way of talking about art. And then he sent me one more thing, which was this. A book on typewriter drawings just came out. Beautiful, beautiful book. And he did this kind of as an assignment. Again, or that's one of the things it said in the preview. Write something on a page, right, with a typewriter, and then draw on top of it. Make a drawing on top of it. I believe that was the method for this. So the bark during the flood, and then a drawing is done on top of it. It's a kind of great idea, right? The birth of Venus is typed on a typewriter and then drawn on. Kind of love that. So thanks, Frank, for making these. I loved it. Super inspiring, really exciting. I love the use of typewriter. I love the new book, beautiful production, and I really like these four that led to a kind of thesis almost on art. So thanks for making that. And if anybody else wants to send me zines, please do. I love receiving them, and I love reviewing them and talking about them. Thanks again, Frank, and everyone who makes zines and is watching this.